What's up, YouTubers? How's it going? This is Bandit Dave here, and I'm finally going to do it after a little bit of razzing and a lot of traveling for work. I'm going to finally put in the 2017 Chevrolet SS Kooks headers and X-pipe, and it will go to the factory bimodal mufflers. I don't know if I'm insane or just a glutton for punishment, but I'm going to try to do it all today in my driveway so that you guys can see. I do not have a lift. I wish I did, but it's a nice day today. It's warm, and I'm going to try to do everything here today in my driveway. I haven't started. It's 2 o'clock. A plane is flying over. Don't care. I have a Lehigh Valley season opener Cars and Coffee tomorrow. I'll be leaving at about 4:30 a.m. to a caravan up there with a bunch of other G8 and SS owners. We're going to meet near the steelworks up there just outside of Allentown. And then we're going to go over there as a large group. This is a huge show. I'll be doing a lot of video of that tomorrow as well. I don't know when I'll get these in, and I'm going to apologize in advance. This is going to be a little... I'll just say a little cruder, a little faster pace, but I want to show you guys as much as I can here. I'll go back, I'll go through the little details, but it's happening today. Big shout out to SS Only for the gear. I get a lot of stuff from Joe LaBruza. You've heard me mention him before. We're also going to do, as I mentioned before, the X-pipe, and I'm just going to kind of show you here as we go through. There's a lot of stuff in this engine bay that we're going to have to work with. So passenger side feels like it'll be easier. I'll try to go through each step as best I can. Also, huge shout out to Shane Hinds at Shane Hinds Tuning, or Tuning by Shane Hinds. I apologize. I'll show the links. I'll also put it in the description below. But after I limped my old laptop back to life last night, I was able to pull the original tune off of this, send it out to him, and he's turning it around and getting it back to me so I can hopefully make it. But this car will now have stainless 1 7/8" headers, X-pipe to the factory bimodal mufflers, and I'm picking up a set of springs from Derek Horn. He was down at Extravaganza, the G8 SS Extravaganza last weekend, and won a few sets, so I'm picking up a set of King springs off of him. And those are going to be the ones of the SSLs, so it'll lower this car. I'm not going like crazy, but those aren't going on tonight. But I'll do the best I can to go through this, guys. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned. It's going to be a pretty rough ride today. Okay, a few things while we have the engine cover off. You're going to have to pull your spark plug wires and your spark plugs. You know, do that while you're up here in the front. I'm going to get most of that taken care of and get it out of the way now, just so that... you know, things are just clear of the engine. A lot of guys pull that stuff out of the way here. I may have to actually pull this tube as well. This isn't here on some of the other ones. They're just like loosen it and move it out of the way. I'm already I'm already regret doing this in the driveway just because my tools are so far back in the garage. But pardon me, inhaled my lunch. Yeah, said I was gonna do it, so let's rock and roll. Passenger side, plug wires and dipstick tube have been taken out. You'll have to pull it's a 15 millimeter bolt, and that allows you to pull the dipstick out. I'll bring it over there in a second, but yeah, it's slow. It's an annoyingly slow process, but that gets it out of there. It gives you plenty of room to then drop the exhaust. Eventually, what I'm going to do is get this whole thing up and out of the way. This is going to be fun here, trying to get all this crap out. Yeah, I'm excited about that, but I'll start working on that in a second. Here's a dipstick tube. There's the 15 millimeter bolt I was talking about. And, yeah, I just kind of have everything kind of lined up here so I can easily just grab it and throw it right back in. Here's my neighbor's trailer, so it's working as a nice workbench, and I grabbed all my tools that I have from a previous project. So there's the driver's side bank. You know, surprisingly, these plugs, I don't think they look too bad, but you can definitely see there's a little bit of buildup on these things. But they seem to be working okay. A little whiter than I would have expected. I don't think it's running hot, but definitely not running fat. So we'll see. First bank out. Bank 2 to go. Hang in there. All right, guys, I'm back. So I got the plugs out both sides. Actually, driver's side was a lot easier. Turns out if you can loosen them, break them loose, and then use just the end of the socket here, you can turn it freehand. What's sweet, though, is I dropped the back plug and messed it up, so now I got to go get myself a new plug. it just doesn't look, I don't want to put it back in if you're doing something like that. So this guy's ready to go. I'm going to break loose the manifolds. Everything's out of here. I'm going to crack loose the manifolds on both sides, get them ready to go, then get the car up in air. Right now, I was just talking to Shane via email, and by the way, guys, you get a chance to work with him. He is awesome. He's extremely patient. I have emailed back and forth with him over 20 times since yesterday, because I am used to the 411 PCMs. I have not done anything this new. Most of the stuff I use is from either like trucks or for like swap stuff. So for like that. so for the Cutlass. So you know, I'm familiar with things like this. You know, when I'm using the 411 PCM, which is the silver one that comes out of like F bodies and stuff like that. This is a little different. Apparently, I did not pull the trans tune. There's I believe it's E63 or E30, I forget what it is, but it's the newer ECM and TCM. So I'm trying to get my computer going again to pull that, but I'm getting some weird screens now. Of course, things aren't working right on this, so right now it couldn't possibly happen at a worse time, but like right now it's not loading properly, so might be in a little bit of a disaster right now. So we'll have to see what happens, but I cannot get the computer to load. So this is going to be an uphill battle. I may make it late to Cars and Coffee, but I will make it. I refuse to not make this thing. So hang in there. Fingers crossed. This is the second time now reloading it, and hopefully, actually third time reloading it, and hopefully I can get this thing to start up. But it is not looking good right now. So wish me luck. Okay, so I resaved it. I was able to actually get it to work. Took 5 restarts and a battery pull and replace on my computer. But I got it to run. This is going to be a fight to the finish, damn it. So I'm going to loosen the manifolds up now, and we're going to get to it, get the car up in there, and go from there. All right, guys? So this side looks pretty straightforward. Over here might be a little bit more difficult, but let's get to it. Okay, guys, that's finally done. It only took about way longer than I expected. Probably took about 2 hours roughly to back all these bolts out and deal with the tuning issue that I had. It was actually user error on my part that when you're offloading a tune, at least from the SS, how it has the push button start, you need to press and hold the start button for at least 10 seconds and it'll go into a full-on accessory mode. Then you can actually read the transmission control module. I would only pull the ECM off if you don't do that. And that was my problem the whole time. So thanks, Shane, for suggesting that. Would have taken me a long time to find that online. But I'm now at the point where I have 2 bolts holding the engine, the passenger side manifold on. And over here, you can't see it as too well, but I have 2 bolts holding the driver's side on. So we're at the point now where I'm going to lift the car up. I'm going to use this jack right here and get it up, and I'm going to use these blocks that I have that I've used before, that I've used on other cars to hold the front wheels up, and then I'll just jack the rear end up, and hopefully I'll start to be able to lift the stuff down. Hopefully I don't get the car up so high I can't actually get in there to loosen the bolts. But okay, onward and upward. This is going to be a late night, folks. She's up on my homemade blocks here. I apologize for like the talking in the background, but that's, yeah, my kids are out having a good time outside. Well, I am not having a particularly good time outside. But I've got the car jacked up all the way around. I can still get in and grab the stuff. Now what I'm going to do is get the O2 sensors off, get them unclipped. This is probably not going to be the easiest job in the world, but we'll figure it out one at a time. All right. Headers are definitely, manifolds are definitely moving, so I'll take some video underneath the car once I get on there and get some of the clips off. All right. All right, YouTubers, I'm under the car here, and it's getting darker by the second. I'm not sure how well you can see what I'm looking at here, but this is the driver's side, what you're looking at here, and there's the front cat, the primary catalytic converter, You can see right here is the secondary O2 sensor, very easy to get off of there, and the front O2 sensor up there, which I don't know if I can let you see really well, but she's right there. What I'm going to do, because I think this will actually make it easier on me, is I'm going to lower the entire X pipe, and I'm going to adjust this here so it's going to make some noise, sorry. But what I'm going to do is get this entire X pipe off. We'll break it back there at the bimodal mufflers, and then pull the brace off, and then what that'll let me do is drop the whole X pipe and loosen from here, and then it'll actually help me, sorry for the noise, it'll actually help me with getting my arms up in here, because this is actually loose, because it's mostly off of the body now at this, I'm sorry, it's mostly off of the engine at this point. So I'm going to do that, and then next thing you'll see is the X pipe will be off the car. Well, as you can tell, it is a little dark out here. X pipe's out, can barely see it. I don't know if you can see it at all, but it's laying right there, or the H pipe I should say. Here's the car. Yeah, passenger side is off, car's jacked up. I'm gonna put the come back in the garage here. I'm working the O2 sensors off right now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a late one, folks. I do not know whether or not I will be going to this Cars and Coffee, but I'm going to try to. Shane was able to send me the file after repeated attempts from me to be a moron and sabotage it, but I will say that it is extremely difficult to, oh boy, and that's not pleasant, that the O2 sensor's already having trouble coming out, so that's not good. A lot of times that means that it's ripping the threads out internally. So let's take a look here. This one's spinning out real easily, so that's good, but I don't know if they put any anti-seize on it. Doesn't look too bad. This one's might be a little bit of a problem. That one I'm a little worried about. So I'm going to kill the camera so that, yeah, I'm a little worried about that one. That one might need a little extra work. So I'm going to kill this. But, so here's my thoughts at this point. Those clips on the back of the heads for the O2 sensors, I got a small saw that I had, snaked it down there, cut the plastic off the back of it, and was able to pop the one out really easily. The driver's side came out very easily, but it is still clipped to the back of the head. If I have to, I will saw it off and pry that one out too. But I want to start getting the headers in. Once I get them in, it's going to be a bit more motivation, and I'll keep moving. At some point, I'm going to go in and get some pizza. It's a little after 8 o'clock now. So if I'm going with these guys, like 4:30, something like that, but I got to be up. So I don't know. But gonna keep on trucking. Okay, guys, just a few things I wanted to go through. Here's some of the extra box, has the instructions in it here. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. They give you these stage 8 locking fasteners. I will be using them. Figured I'd like to give them a shot, see how they work. Probably be pretty cool, to be honest with you. It looks pretty neat how they work. I've seen them before, just never really used them. They got them for the back as well. You get a lot of clamps with the X pipe. I've got the header ready to go in. We'll see how well this works, trying to get it in. It looks like it will fit pretty well. I'm a little concerned about getting that wire down there for this, but she looks pretty good. So we're going to start getting her in the car here. Fingers crossed. Alrighty, guys, here we are. I now have the passenger side header in. Here is the catalytic converter and second O2 sensor. I'm going to be putting this in the car. As you can see, here is the right side. I don't know if that's, there we go. You probably see that well enough. There we go. Catted 3-inch. So we're going to take a quick walk. It is quite a bit after 9 o'clock. But, oh, good. I didn't bring it with me. But, okay, great. So, can't see anything. That's good. I'm a little tired. So, we're at a point now where we're going to actually start bolting up some of this stuff and hanging it. Kind of getting it sitting in there. Get my drop light here, just charging it when I can. Go this way here. Boom. All right, boom. There you go. So the passenger side header is in. Oh man, still a lot of work left to do. I still got to put dipstick in. I got to put all the plugs back in, wires and everything. So it's gonna take me quite a bit of time get this guy done. But we're trucking along, so I'm gonna torque this side down, kind of finish up, button this side up, and be done with it. Connect the O2 sensor, do all that type of stuff. Hopefully, I can actually get that thing together. Boy. Fingers crossed, guys. This was not good to start this late in the afternoon. Hey guys, how's it going? It is now a little after 2 in the morning. I do have the X pipe on. I have it hooked back up to the bimodals. I got the spark plugs in. Still struggling with that rear passenger side O2 sensor. Got the driver's side in, both ends, secondary and primary O2 sensor. Shane sent me the file. We're good to go. I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow. I'm just tired. I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not 100% sure how the hell I'm gonna get that O2 sensor in anyway. I may end up going and get an extension. I may have one, but if not, I'll have to order it. It looks like it's close enough I can get the thing on there, but I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit more. So, oh well. Thought I could get it done today. Looks like I'm not going to end up making it to the Cars and Coffee. I might. I'll give it a shot, but more than likely I'm going to sleep till like 9 o'clock and then start working again. But we'll have a little bit more light. I'll take some shots under the car. And, well, thanks for hanging in there. Sorry I couldn't get much video tonight. It's just way too dark out there, and it's getting really, really cold. So I'm going to go in and get cleaned up, and we'll start again tomorrow. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Talk to you soon. Good morning, YouTube. How's it going? It's now Sunday. I unfortunately did not make it to the Lehigh Valley Cars and Coffee, but I did make a reasonable amount of progress last night. You can see the car is still up on my makeshift stands here. The exhaust is in for the most part. I just got to tighten the clamps up. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it went in. I'm just going to move some of these out of the way so that you can see. I got to potentially straighten the tips out, but in reality, really doesn't look too bad. I got to twist the one just a little bit to kind of get it a little straighter on the passenger side. But overall, it's not too bad. You can see there, not too bad. And not too bad there. So just a little loose and a little twist, and I think I'll be on the money. The rest of it, let me see if I can get under there and show you guys. Oh, dude, I am sore today. Let's see. Oh, and I messed up my tripod. Sorry about that. Let's see if you guys can see very well under there. Exhaust is under there. May need to tuck it up a little bit more. Not sure. But I'm going to tighten things up under there this morning. Kind of see if I can get everything straight away. Drop the jack and then see where we're at on there. I've got most everything hooked up under the car. Now it's just a matter of getting things set up so that I can finish under here. Let me see. Wow, it's dusty. But yeah, here's how she was left. I popped the plugs in yesterday, but you can see, here's the headers. Hardest part is those stinking O2 sensors, but now that I'm not really rushing, you can't really see it back there, but now that I'm not really rushing, let me see if I can actually get it underneath here. Lower this, let's see. Let you get a good view back there. That's the guy dealing with back in there. Very cramped, very tight, not a lot of space. And then the other one is back there, same deal. Not a lot of space back there behind this intake. Now they say, oh, take the intake off. Yeah, no. I didn't even take the air intake off, let alone the intake manifold. So I got them in, got it bolted down real nice. It's nice and tight. I did not do the locks that they give you for it yet. I started doing that, but I kept dropping them because I was so tired. So I got one of them on. Another one I dropped down is sitting down in there. I can see it from here. You may be able to see it way down there, but let me take a look, see if you can see it down there. But for now, I'm gonna get her back together, get her cleaned up, you know, get the tune in, wash her real good. I gotta see where the exhaust is, if it's too low or not. But so far, I think it looks okay. So, let's get everything open, get back to work. Finally, I got the passenger side O2 sensor plugged in. And guess what? It was really easy. I'm gonna tell you my secret. So, I was trying to get everything from the top of the motor, like I had seen online. Some of the people mentioned that it's, you know, you just wrestle with it from the top. Actually, wrong. Super easy to do. Originally, I put the O2 sensors in the headers, put everything up, and wrestled for about, I would say, now, I think, I worked on it this morning, 3-4 hours. Did a bunch of other things, of course, like tightened up, finished the exhaust, and adjusted and everything. But, you know, it worked. Take the O2 sensor out. Don't put it in, okay? Plug it in. Once you break that clip loose, the clip at the top here loose, bring it up. You can see it very easily right here at the back. You're able to bring it up, and you can see it right around here. And what you can do is then take the O2 sensor and plug it in to that point. Then you can feed it down, feed it onto the inside of the one wiring harness that's coming up, and drop it down in there. Now there's a harness that's plugged in. You can see it's clipped into the transmission from underneath. Pull that out. That gives you a little bit of extra room to maneuver. And then when you drop the O2 sensor down, there is more than enough wiring there. So what you want to do is take it and twist it. So if you're tightening, you know, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so you would do it counterclockwise. You would, and mark it too. Like, so just take a marker or something like that. I use a silver permanent marker just so I could see it easy, and turn it about 3 to 4 times. I recommend 4 times counterclockwise. And what that'll do is basically pre-twist the wire, so when you screw it into the header, the loom comes out perfectly on. And you count the threads. If it's 5 threads, then you got to go around. That's many revolutions it is, right? So that's how this works. So you count the threads as 5. So it really starts to get tight at like the 4th or 5th one, so you don't have to worry about it that much, and you're not going to really hurt the wires if you're twisting it once or twice. But I did 4 times counterclockwise, tighten it up, right on the money. So I am happy. It's in. A lot of stupidity, but now I'm going to get the motor buttoned up. All I have to do is finish tightening up the spark plugs. I have the dipstick is back in, so that's ready to go. I'm going to put some of the locks on. I don't know if I'm going to put the locks on it, mainly because in some cases these things are just so big they interfere with the spark plug. So I'm going to tighten the spark plugs up. I'm going to put the wires on at the bottom, see how things look, and then see if I can still put them on, because I like having them there, but if they're going to interfere, what the hell's the point? So we're in the home stretch. Alright, pretty soon I'll show you how to load the tune file on. Thanks to everybody for hanging in here. Thanks to Shane Hinds for working with me. The tune's basically, according to Shane, about 95% there. I have to take logs and stuff like that, but I just want to get the damn thing running, wash it up, and enjoy it for a little bit. So stay tuned. Be right back. Alright, so now the driver's side's done. That's all buttoned up. You can see the locks are in there as well. I didn't, like, just because of how some of them were turned, I didn't send them over, but if they run into themselves, they won't be able to loosen up. So I have that all in. This side's all buttoned up. Doing the passenger side now. I'll get the dipstick tube bolted down. I've got the first plug wire in. I'm going to put the lock in. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this so that you can actually see what I'm doing, but I'll put it in, and then I'll cut back, and you'll be able to see it, okay? All right. Done. Probably shouldn't have taken me as long as it did. So, a couple things, just a quick recap. Get yourself an air ratchet, or like one of those Milwaukee battery powered ones, ratchets. That'll make your life a lot easier. Hardest part was getting the damn headers off, and of course that deal with the passenger side O2 sensor. But yeah, sorry about that. Neighbors got their bikes out today. Beautiful day. See? Gorgeous day. Can't beat it. But I'm gonna go grab the laptop. We're gonna flash the tune on it, and we'll take it for a ride. All right. Alrighty. It's the moment of truth. So I've got everything hooked up. I got my HP Tuners MPV I Pro. It's old, but it works fine. I got it in the OBD2 port, and I got hooked up to my old beat-up laptop. I have Shane's tune in there, and sorry if you're making a lot of noise there, but you can see there's my HP Tuner set up. It's the bass tune he sent me. So what you're going to want to do is, in order to get into the mode where you can actually flash the tune, this is something I was doing wrong. You just press and hold 10 seconds. So did you hear that? Now it's in a setup that you can actually flash a tune to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to right vehicle. All right, now you want right calibration and right calibration. So looking on this, let's see if you can see this. So looking here, you want to do right calibration, right calibration. You do not want to do right entire unless you're doing a whole new operating system. So like in case for, you know, for instance, if you're going to speed density or something like that. Service stability track, interesting. It's probably because the thing's sitting all weird. Gotta drive it a little bit. And the hood's open. There's a lot going on right now. So, but it's writing. So, all right, we'll just hang in there. It's very boring. This is boring, and the beeping is pretty ridiculous. So, let's just wait until it's done writing, and I'll come back. Okay, so the write is complete. I gotta see, there's some weird stability track things happening. It's probably because I had the car jacked up and the wheels hanging. But it looks like, sorry, just my kid I think went in the house. Sorry about that. So I guess we're ready to go. Let's give it a go. Oh, baby. Now she's in performance mode now. Go through the fun burn-in period now. What's the matter, bud? Oh, good job, pal. Gonna take her to get a bath. Oh, ah, yes. A nice smell of fresh exhaust. Interesting. A little fart there. Nice burning. Let's give it a little oomphy oomphy. Interesting. Definitely sounds different. Let's try. Let's see what tour mode sounds like now. Well, that is pretty incredible. Still pretty quiet. Pretty amazing. All right. Pretty cool. Let's go give her a bath. Well, all I can say is that this thing is a freaking beast now. Shane, you done did good, brother. Oh man, this thing is a tire frying beast. Oh man, all right guys. Get my seatbelt on, pardon me. I wish I would have set the GoPro up so that you could actually see it, but let's, I got the log file. Get that going. And gonna get a little bit of fun videos of this bad boy, so enjoy. That's the seat screaming at me. We get on this side street, we'll give it a little go. Alright, well, there's nothing here, so here we go. Wait a minute. Alright. Rock and roll. But first, then it'll get going. No police officers around here.